Hello and welcome. This is the first class of our 8 week program, and these evening classes are more of a yin lunar type energetic in that we're going to be slowing down, holding poses for longer, focusing more on stretching, relaxing, restoring, and just gathering ourselves, unhooking from everything around us, giving ourselves this time. So if you do have props available, that would be great to support your practice. A yoga belt, a couple of blocks, and a bolster. And if you don't have a bolster, any kind of thick pillow or cushion would be really helpful. So just have those close by because we're definitely going to be using them. And without further ado, let's begin. It's typically pretty rare these days for us to get a solid hour of constructive, peaceful rest. So I really hope you guys can make the most of this opportunity each week to really allow yourself time to not be thinking about other stuff. And if your mind does get a little bit busy, just bringing it back to your breath and back to your body. And of course, I'm here to guide you, but really it's an opportunity for you to tap into your own body, breath, rhythm, and what feels good and right for you. So anytime you need to modify the practice, anytime you want to expand it and go into variations, just you're in your home, it's your practice, your body. Please do what feels best for you. Okay, sitting comfortably, let your legs and hips be heavy. Sitting up nice and tall, lifting into the crown of your head. And then gently dropping your shoulders down away from your ears and maybe closing your eyes or having them half closed and relaxed. Noticing the sounds around you, some close by and some further away. And then bringing your awareness to the feeling of the air on your skin and your clothes resting on your body. Now bringing your awareness to your legs, allowing them to soften and relax, softening into your hips, your belly and your chest. Your arms are heavy and relaxed, and your spine is lifted without straining. Relax your face and jaw. Notice the gentle tickle of your breath as it enters and exits through your nose. And then bringing your awareness to your breath without changing or judging your breath, just following its journey in through your nose, down into your lungs, and back out again. And simply expanding on that by inhaling all the way down into the lower lobes of your lungs, just taking a nice full breath. And as you exhale, releasing the breath completely by gently drawing in through your belly, helping to release any last bits of stale air. And just continuing on in this way. Being patient with each breath, not forcing, just allowing a nice full inhale and a nice complete exhale. Let's take one more round of the breath. With those nice long cycles of your breath, we'll move into Gauranga breathing, taking one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. This is a really simple form of mantra meditation. So as we inhale, we'll silently draw the sound Gauranga into our mind. And then as we exhale, we'll say the sound Gauranga for the entire length of the exhalation. So all you do is allow your mind to rest in the mantra. So let's exhale completely. Take a breath in. And say the sound Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. And one more breath. Inhale. Gauranga. Coming back to your regular breathing pattern, lowering your hands to your lap, allowing the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. And gently opening your eyes. I'm going to start by doing some mobilizing actions to help mobilize our joints. So just taking it nice and slow, dropping your chin down toward your chest, feeling a stretch into your neck, letting your head be heavy. And then inhaling, raising the head, looking up, lifting your chin, and opening up through your throat. Exhale, lower the head. Gently drawing your chin in toward your chest to help with that stretch through the back of the neck. Inhale, looking up. One last time, exhale, dropping your head forward. And looking up. And bring your head back to center. And now just very gently turning your head from side to side. Bringing some movement into your neck. Good. Last time. Nice. And then we're going to take a really careful roll of the head. So dropping your chin down toward your shoulder and allowing the head to be heavy as it rolls down and through. Bringing your chin to your other shoulder and then changing directions. And just noticing those lovely little tugs and pulls through the back of the neck, stretching into the muscles and fascia, helping to release tension. One more time. Good. And come back to center. Now taking your shoulders up, down, and back, rolling them back 3 times, bringing your shoulder forward, up, down, and back. And then come back to center and taking them forward. Nice. One last time. And relax. Raising your arms out to the side, making gentle fists with your hands and circling your forearms so that you're working into your elbows. And back in the opposite direction for a few rotations. Really good for mobilizing and lubricating our joints and also helping to release prana through our joints and through our body and our limbs. Now finally just opening your palms, stretching into your fingers, and then making fists. Inhale, open and stretch, maybe even broadening through your chest. And exhale, drawing in, clenching the fists. One last time, inhale. And exhale, make fists, and release your arms. Placing your hands on your knees, just starting really nice and gently, pressing against your knees for a bit of leverage in the twist. We're going to revolve around to the right, turning to look over your right shoulder, coming back to center, and over to the other side. And let's do that a couple more times each way. What I love about really slowing down and taking small, gentle movements is that you notice the small things. You really can feel into your body in a different way when we're always moving into full range of motion. Sometimes we don't notice those little subtleties along the way. Now let's take it side to side with our spine, reaching up and over. Good. Let's do one more each way. And really allowing yourself to slow down, reminding yourself by letting go, switching off, and release, coming over onto all fours. So do have your props handy for this next section. Starting on all fours, getting ready for cat-cow, checking that your wrists are stacked under your shoulders and your knees are stacked under your hips. Press down into your palms, and then inhaling, tilt your pelvis forward, looking forward, visualizing your spine lengthening. Exhaling, drawing your chin toward your chest, tuck your tailbone, rounding your spine in the opposite direction, looking to your navel. When you're ready, riding the inhale back, lengthening and opening, lifting into your sitting bones as you reach your heart center forward. Exhaling, rounding, pressing the floor away, gazing toward your navel. And let's keep going in our own breath rhythm, coordinating your movement with your breath, allowing your breath to lead the way. Couple more rounds. Already just really feeling into how nice it feels to support ourselves in this way, to nourish and restore. And slowly coming back to center. We're going to go into puppy pose, but I'm going to offer a little bit of a prop. So we'll start with puppy pose with the bolster, and then we'll slowly make our way down to the mat. If you don't have a bolster, you could do it on top of blocks or on top of a pillow. We're going to take our forearms forward, resting on your forearms, and then sending your hips back. So your chest is going to start moving toward the floor, and you're just allowing yourself to rest either your forehead or your chin on your bolster. So the bolster is just helping us have a nice soft cushion underneath us, but also preventing us from going into a full range of motion just yet. And lifting back into your sitting bones and softening into your belly. Your spine is lengthening, chest is opening. And now slowly walk your forearms back. Sliding your bolster out. Or, if that felt really good, just keeping the bolster there. And then walking your hands forward. I like to start with my forearms first so that I can set up my base of hips stacked above the knees. And just drawing back into your hip bones. Because as you start to shift into that nice open stretch, reaching your fingertips forward, it can draw our hips forward. And we really want to keep the hips stacked above the knees. So just finding that foundation first, and then reaching your hands forward, straightening out through the arms if you can, and either forehead or chin to the floor. We're going to hold here for a few minutes, so just allowing yourself the opportunity to, anytime it feels too strong through the shoulders or the chest, you can come up out of the pose, back onto your forearms, rest for a moment, and then you might like to go back into the stretch. And seeing if you can relax in between your shoulder blades. Allowing your shoulders to gradually and slowly open and release. Your heart center is wide open as your chest moves toward the floor. Staying with your breath. Just a few more breaths here. Now beginning to slowly find your way back up, pressing down onto your forearms, starting to lift, and we'll take our hips back to our heels, and resting your forehead on the floor with your arms by your sides. Relax completely in child's pose. Now allowing your shoulders to soften, moving in the opposite direction. And letting your head be heavy as it rests against the floor. Feeling your whole body to be heavy and relaxed. 2 more breaths here, feeling your belly gently pressing against your thighs as you breathe. And now taking your hands to the floor, pressing down and slowly peeling up. I'm about ready for Shavasana, but we're not there yet. We've still got some work to do. So, all right, finding your way to the top of your mat. We're going to do some slow flow sun salutations. So, pretty relaxed, taking your time, not standing up too quickly. And standing with your feet together at the top of your mat, arms down by your sides. Finding mountain pose. Inhaling, raising your arms up, looking to your thumbs and reaching up through your spine. So feeling your spine lengthening. And then bending through your knees as you exhale and fold forward, laying your belly over your thighs, hands come to the earth. Curling your forehead in toward your shins. Then inhaling, sliding your hands up your shins, flat back, moving nice and slow. Exhaling, folding forward, stepping your feet back, dropping your knees to the floor, elbows working in as you lower your chest. Inhaling, hips come to the floor, press into your palms, and rise up into a baby cobra. Exhaling, lower down, knees to the floor, sending your hips back, taking a brief moment in extended child's pose, tucking your toes under, Spreading your fingers and thumbs nice and wide as you lift up into downward dog. And we're going to hold here for 3 breaths. But because it's our first one, just allowing yourself to stretch out a bit through the backs of your legs, lifting and lowering your heels, alternating from side to side. Gently pressing the floor away with your palms, and then lift your hips high, exhaling, dropping your heels down toward the floor. Maybe bringing a soft bend into your knees. So if you're feeling any restriction through the hips or lower back, bending through the knees is a really nice way to help alleviate that restriction. One more breath here. And looking between your hands and stepping your feet forward. You may need to take your knees to the floor first and step one foot and then the other. Inhale, sliding your hands up your shins, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Bending through your knees. And then reverse melting upwards. Rolling up through your spine. The head is the last to come up. Raising the arms up. Reaching up into your thumbs and fingertips. Exhaling, arms down by your sides. And we'll take a breath between rounds. Beautiful. Let's do one more round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, bending your knees, folding forward, hands to the earth. Moving with your breath. Inhaling, sliding your hands up your shins, look forward, flat back. Exhaling, rounding through the back, bending through the knees, rolling forward. And then carefully stepping back into plank position. Bending your knees, elbows in, lower your chest to the floor. Inhaling, cobra or baby cobra. Exhaling, lower down, knees to the floor, lifting back into extended child's pose. And finding your way up into downward dog. Tuck the toes, opening your fingers and thumbs nice and wide, pressing the floor away, lifting into your hips, and lengthening your heels down toward the floor. Now settling into your breath, taking 3 full breaths here. Exhale completely, looking between your hands, stepping your feet forward. Inhale, sliding your hands up your shins, look forward. Exhale, bend through the knees, curling forward. Inhaling as you reverse melt up, sweeping the arms up, looking to your thumbs, and exhale, arms down by your sides. Take a breath. Okay, stepping your right foot back, going into a warrior 1 stance. So turning your back foot out at about 45 degrees, bending through the front leg and stacking your knee above your left ankle. And just checking your foundations first so your feet are nice and grounded, lifting through your inner arches, feeling strong and active through your legs. And then begin to lift up out of your waistline, lifting the ribs, shoulders down away from your ears. And today we're just going to bring our hands to prayer position. Shoulders down away from your ears as you lift through your heart center. And just holding here for about 5 more breaths. Good. Not being afraid to drop a little deeper into that front thigh if it's feeling available to you. Good. And from here, we're going to take it back. So inhale, raise the arms up, opening out the back foot, And we're going to go into a variation of reverse warrior. So sliding your right hand, right hand down, your right leg, raising the left arm up and back. Nice big reach. And coming back to center, swiveling the back foot so it's pointing forward and stepping forward to the top of your mat. Take a breath. And sweeping the left foot back. Foot out at 45 degrees. Bending through the front leg. Checking your foundations first. So lifting through the inner arches as you ground down through your feet. Nice and active through your legs. And challenging yourself to really drop down into that front thigh. Stacking the knee above the ankle. And lifting up out of your waistline. Bring your hands together in prayer position. Shoulders down away from your ears. And breathe. Holding here for about another 5 breaths. Good. And getting ready to release. Lowering your hands, swivel your back foot so your toes are pointing forward and driving through your core as you step forward. And take a breath. I'm going to refer to the bolster here, but if you don't have one, I'll show you another option with blocks. So we're going to go into a really nice restorative standing forward fold. So standing with your feet hip distance apart, placing the bolster on top of your thighs, and you're basically just going to tuck the bolster in between your belly and your thighs as you fold forward. So if you don't have a bolster, this is where just a bedroom pillow would be really great, even a folded blanket. The other option is if you don't have something to place over your thighs, you can just come to rest with either hands or forearms, knees bent, folded forward over some blocks. So either option is meant to be supported, relaxed, restorative. So let's get into it. Tucking that bolster in over your thighs, folding yourself forward, and allowing your arms to hang heavy. Your head is hanging heavy. Grounding down through your feet. And feeling your spine to be long and relaxed. And hopefully, this is a nice calming experience for you. Often inversions help to quiet the mind. And keep breathing naturally. Just a few more breaths here. And now press your hands or fingertips into the floor, going into a half lift, slowly making your way out of the pose. Taking your time so your body can adjust after being inverted. Setting your bolster aside. And then taking your blocks. Taking your blocks out in front, we're going to do some dynamic half lifts. So standing with your feet hip distance apart and your blocks are set to be placed underneath your hands. So lift and lengthen through your spine, folding forward at your hips, maybe bending through your knees, or straight legs if you want more of a stretch through your hamstrings. And then just positioning the blocks directly underneath your shoulders. And from here, we're going to inhale, lift, lengthen through your spine, sending your sitting bones back. And then exhale, bending through your elbows as you relax forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Continuing on, moving with your breath. And let's do 2 more. Good. And exhale. And begin to release, setting your blocks aside, just keeping them handy by your mat. Before we come out of the forward fold completely, just make sure your feet are nice and wide, and then we'll cradle our elbows in our hands, bending through our knees, and just hang forward for a couple of breaths, really relaxing through your entire upper body. Then releasing your hands and slowly rolling up. Resting here and noticing how your mind and body feel as everything starts to come back into balance, feeling that gentle circulation throughout your body, and that nice lightness and invigoration in your head. Good. Okay, let's come to the top of your mat and step your right foot back, dropping your back knee to the floor. And again, taking your blocks either side of your foot. You might like to take them on the highest setting, so this will just make it so you don't have to go as deep into the stretch. We're going to take a really nice, easy lunge. So over the 8-week program, we are going to be progressing some of the postures. We're going to be moving a little deeper into some of the stretches and holding things a little longer. So there will be some nice restorative challenges throughout the way. But today we're starting nice and easy. So taking your hands to the tops of the blocks and just relaxing into the stretch. And anytime it feels like it's too much, just pressing into the blocks and lifting your hips. And at any time, you can change the setting of your blocks. If you want to fold it a little closer to your front leg. Staying in this position for another 2 breaths. And then we'll move to the other side. And when you're ready to release, press down into the blocks. Lift through your belly, lifting through your core as you sweep the left leg back and step your other foot forward. You might need to restore the highest setting on the blocks to get started. Relaxing your hips toward the floor. And just switching up the setting on the blocks as needed, listening to your body, adjusting accordingly, or maybe coming out to rest is okay as well. Getting ready to move out of the lunge position now. Stepping your foot back, setting your blocks to the side. And we are going to come into downward dog. So I'm going to offer an option using the bolster again that can feel really nice and supportive. If when we move into downward dog, you think, hey, today this is not for me, you can just come down and relax, find a child's pose, or really just lay on your mat however feels comfortable. Taking your hands forward, tucking your toes, and stepping up and back into downward dog. So with the bolster, you can, as you draw your hips back and your chest moves toward your thighs, you can find contact with your head to the bolster. And that little point of contact is just a nice comfort experience. So as you really settle into the pose, you might feel your shoulders starting to yield a little, and you'll feel a little bit more snug with your head against the bolster. I'm just holding here for, we'll do about a total of 10 breaths, so about another 5 more. Gently drawing in through your belly, lifting into your sitting bones and lengthening down into your heels. And keep actively pressing the floor away. And when you feel like you've had enough of the pose at any time, just coming down. All right. And slowly bring your knees to the floor. Moving the bolster away. Resting in child's pose. Arms down by your sides. Forehead to the floor. Relax. Staying here for 5 full breaths. Feeling your whole body gently expand and contract as you breathe in and out. And slowly rolling up. Coming to sit on your heels. And taking your legs forward. And this time we're going to be using our strap, so make sure you've got that handy, and our trusty bolster. Making sure you've got them both within hand's reach. Taking your legs out in front. We'll bring our left foot in so it's snug right to the right inner thigh, and then taking the middle of your belt around the right sole of your foot. Holding one side of the belt in each hand. And then we can draw against the belt to help us lift the lower back forward, lengthen our spine, and fold forward from the hip, trying to maintain as much of that length in our spine as possible as we fold, fold, fold. And gently engaging through the thighs, squeezing through the thighs, flexing your toes back toward you. And now, listening to your body here, what kind of mood you're in, if you want to stay in this position here, or if you just want to let go and fold forward, setting your belt to the side, hands to the floor, but we'll flip our palms up, and then just hanging forward over your front leg. You can relax into that front foot as well, so the pose is as passive as possible. Beautiful. A few more breaths on this side and we'll change sides. Now flipping your palms down, pressing yourself up, walking your hands back, sitting upright. Extend the left leg forward, bringing the right foot in, nesting it into the left inner thigh. And taking your belt again, looping it around the sole of your foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Walking your hands down the belt. Keep lifting and folding, engaging through your left thigh. An option here to release the belt. Turning your palms up, backs of your hands resting on the floor as you fold forward. And relaxing that left foot. Getting ready to slowly come up. Flipping your palms to the floor. Walking your hands back and extending your leg, both legs forward. We'll take our bolster and lay it over your thighs, long ways. Bringing your bolster in nice and snug to your belly. Lift and lengthen, nice and long through your lower back, and then just folding forward, hanging forward over the bolster. And you might like to prop yourself up by stacking your fists on top of one another and resting your forehead on your fists. Another option I like to do sometimes is to take my thumbs right to that junction of where the top of your nose meets your skull and your eyebrows, and there's just those two little tender points right at the base of your eyebrows in that little inset. If you just dig your thumbs in there, nice little mama zone, and then interlock your hands resting on your elbows. You can relax forward and get that nice little pressure point. Alternatively, just hanging forward, however feels comfortable for you. You might still be really connected to your breath, or things might be a little bit blurry now this far into your practice, where your whole mind, body, breath experience feels pretty unified. Feels like a really beautiful, holistic experience of everything happening all at once in a beautiful, seamless experience. Let's take 2 more full breaths here. Begin making your way up, lifting up. Rest for a moment. Setting your bolster aside. And moving into a supported bridge pose. Taking our blocks. Stacking 2 blocks and coming down to lay on your back. So having your blocks handy just by your hips, because we're going to slide them under our sacrum. Setting yourself up for bridge pose, feet to the floor, heels in nice and close to your hips. And then just lifting your hips high enough that you can take the blocks and slide them underneath. And I'll let you be the judge of maneuvering your blocks around, but you just want the broadness of your sacrum to feel like it completely can relax, shelved on top of the blocks. So not going up into your lower vertebra, just sitting nice and flat underneath your sacrum. And then your feet might naturally realign. So your knees might move out a little, so just walking your feet out so that your knees can stay comfortably stacked above your feet and your ankles. And then we'll take our arms down by our sides, turning our palms up. And now just relaxing and letting go into your lower back area. And letting go of as much effort as possible as you hold this position. One more breath. Now we're going to remove just one block first. So press down into your feet to lift through your hips just high enough that you can slide one block out, placing it on the floor next to you, and then just adjusting that remaining block so that again your sacrum is flat over the block and it's not jutting into your lower back. And then again, turning your palms up, resting for a couple of breaths. Now pressing down into your feet, lifting your hips, sliding your block out, placing it to the side, and relax. Allowing your hips to rest on the floor and your knees to fall in, resting against one another. And moving straight from here into happy baby, drawing your knees in, giving them a little hug, taking your spine in the opposite direction from our bridge, and then taking hold of your feet. So getting a nice comfortable grasp, bending your knees and lengthening your tailbone down toward the floor. Feeling your thighs sliding down along your side body and ribs as you gently press the feet down, feeling a nice stretch through your hips. And if you like the feeling of rocking from side to side, go ahead and create a little bit of gentle momentum as you rock your body from side to side. And then coming back to center. We'll release, hugging both knees. Dropping your left foot to the floor and bringing your right ankle to rest on top of your left thigh. Lifting your knees and interlocking your hands behind your left thigh. And then gently pressing your right elbow into your right knee as you draw your legs in, pressing the knee away, coming into a nice stretch through the hip. Supine pigeon position. Getting ready to release. Release your hands and lowering your foot to the floor, both feet to the floor. And then placing your right ankle on top of your left ankle on top of your right thigh, interlocking your hands behind your right thigh, drawing your legs in and using your left elbow to press the left knee away. Drawing the legs in enough that you feel a nice stretch through your hip. Relax, lowering both feet to the floor, taking your feet out as wide as your mat and rocking your knees from side to side. So this will be our gentle spinal twist before we move into Shavasana. So up to you how deep you want to go into the twist. If you love a nice deep twist at the end of your practice, feel free to bring your feet and knees together, rocking both knees over to one side and then the other. And I'll give you just a little bit more of a twist. And then it's time to find our way into Shavasana. Extending your legs, arms down by your sides, turning your palms up. And just taking a moment here before you apply any props just yet, just taking a moment to notice how your mind and body feel after your practice. And now, whenever you're ready, making yourself comfortable for a short guided relaxation. You might like to place a bolster under your thighs or your knees, or maybe place a blanket over your body to stay warm, or even something over your face to help block out the light. And making yourself nice and comfortable. And now I'll guide you through a body scan, and all you need to do is relax each body part as I mention it. Taking your breath and your awareness all the way down to the soles of your feet. Relaxing your toes. Relaxing the soles of your feet. And softening into your ankles. Relax your lower leg, your knees, and your thighs. Relaxing both hips. And softening into your belly. Feeling as if the sides of your torso are melting down toward the floor. Relax into your chest. And relax your shoulders. Softening into your upper arms, your elbows, and your forearms. And relaxing your wrists and hands. Moving your awareness to your lower back. Feel your sacrum to be broad and relaxed. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Feeling all the muscles either side of your spine softening and releasing. Your head is heavy and your face is soft. Relax your jaw and relax your mouth, feeling your lips to be softly touching. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Simply rest for the next few minutes. Very gently coming back into awareness of your body. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. And starting to deepen your breath, taking some nice full restorative breaths. And we'll finish up our practice with 5 rounds of Gauranga breathing. But this time, while we're in this nice, deeply relaxed state, we'll just keep the volume only audible enough that we can hear it. So it doesn't need to be a loud, billowing Gauranga. It can just be a soft, gentle whisper if you like. So just going in your own breath rhythm, starting whenever you feel ready. Last time. Gauranga. Now beginning to wake up your body by wriggling your fingers and toes. Gently rocking your head from side to side. And when you're ready, rolling over onto one side and resting for a moment. And pressing yourself up to sit. Although if it's nighttime where you are and you feel like you're just gonna stay where you are for a little longer, please do. If you are upright, just sitting up comfortably, bringing our palms together and closing our practice by offering our respects to each other, bowing our heads. And bowing once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Thank you all so much for making the effort to come and practice tonight.